This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
On Thursday, an employee at the Quality Automotive Parts store in Quincy discovered something likely no one ever wants to find: a dead body.
When students return next week to Eastmont High School in East Wenatchee, they'll be coming back to a much different place, whether they can see the difference or not.
Moses Lake's 10 Pin Brewing is hosting their first Craft Out Cancer Brewfest set for Saturday, September 15th.
The wait for an Italian restaurant in the North Columbia Basin will end this Friday with the opening of La Cucina de Sofia in Soap Lake.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
On Thursday, an employee at the Quality Automotive Parts store in Quincy discovered something likely no one ever wants to find: a dead body. Quincy Police Chief Keith Siebert says the body was found 11 hours after a call of shots fired in the vicinity.
This morning, the local business was opening up, and they located a deceased male on the north side of their building. They called us, and we're in the process of investigating that. Whether those two are connected or not, I'm not sure, given the distance away, but I believe they are connected in some way.
Siebert says the call came from the Grant County Fire District 3 fire hall about 8 blocks away. Right now, police suspect foul play was involved and are calling the case a homicide. But as to what killed the man found outside of the store, well, that has yet to be confirmed by the coroner.
Did the deceased individual show any signs of foul play, any gunshot wounds?
Not that we could see. The way he was laying there, couldn't see anything suspicious. But we hadn't rolled him over, waiting for the coroner to get over to examine the body. That's really the coroner's job, to move and inspect the bodies.
Police don't have any suspects now, but they are working on leads as the investigation continues. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 News. This segment is brought to you by...
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination, from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
When students return next week to Eastmont High School in East Wenatchee, they'll be coming back to a much different place, whether they can see the difference or not. Like all Washington schools, the Eastmont District now has a radically different funding mechanism under the state's McCleary decision, which forces the state to pay a bigger share of local education money. The McCleary changes, which began in the Supreme Court and ended with the legislature, aim to even the playing field between local school districts, which were largely funded by local levies.
It's been a major decision that will affect schools for decades to come, and yet right now boards and school districts are having to go through the motions of trying to understand how this affects them.
The new taxing system should provide about $7 billion in new education funding over 4 years, but it means confusion for property owners this year as new state property taxes for McCleary overlap with school maintenance and operation levies that were already in place. By law, those levies will go down next year, which should bring tax bills back into balance.
It would be as if you had 2 different house payments coming in at the same time. One under your old finance system and one under your new finance system.
But over the last 2 years, the legislature has approved an additional $2 billion for teacher compensation, and teachers at Eastmont and Wenatchee are ready to come back to work this year with new contracts.
What's happening across the state is some significant raises, which are good for employees. We have a goal to be competitive in our wages and compensation in Eastmont, and I think most districts do. But at the same time, what's going to happen in the next 3 to 4 years is, at least for Eastmont, causes us some concern, because we see our revenue increasing significantly for 18-19 and continues still strong for 19-20, but then starts to significantly drop off.
Jefferson Robbins, iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by...
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
Moses Lake's 10 Pin Brewing is hosting their first Craft to Out Cancer Brewfest set for Saturday, September 15th. The event runs from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. outside the brewery located at the intersection of SR 17 and North Stratford Road, with all proceeds benefiting the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation. The Brewfest features 10 area breweries, live music, food, and games including a dunk tank, Beersby, and cornhole. Tickets are $25 per person through September 14th or $30 at the door. Tickets include a commemorative logo tasting glass and 6 drink tickets. Any tickets purchased before September 15th will also come with a raffle ticket for a chance to win one of 5 prizes valued at more than $500. Tickets are available online at craftoutcancer.brownpapertickets.com. The Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation provides support, services, and information to patients and families currently battling cancer in Grant and Adams counties. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
The wait for an Italian restaurant in the North Columbia Basin will end this Friday with the opening of La Cucina di Sofia in Soap Lake. The new eatery serves, you guessed it, Italian cuisine, but with a Brazilian twist. In other words, it's real Italian food, but the recipes are based on the way it's made in Brazil. Owner Azad Tarikian, a Brazilian native of Italian and Armenian descent, explains.
We have a lot of Italian friends that when they go to Brazil and they eat our pasta in Brazil or pizza in Brazil, they say, wow, how you guys do better than us in Italy. I think because the spices or the seasoning or the way we do it, we did that twist and becomes even better. So the pizzas in Brazil are from the best in the world. If you see, they have the best pizza in the world in Brazil.
In Brazil, Italian food is considered to be the creme de la creme of cuisine due to a large presence of Italian immigrants in the area, making it the most popular foreign food. The eating establishment will open with a limited menu to start, featuring wood-fired pizzas, appetizers, pork and chicken dishes, as well as desserts, beers, and wines. But as to why Tarikian, his wife, and their daughter Sophia decided to get into the restaurant business in Soap Lake,
we found this was under construction, and the owner loved our idea, what the project we want to have, and he said, well, I can build the way you want. So everything was together, the nice small town with the lake, the views, the outdoor living that we love. My wife loves cooking. I love pizza, I love to do pizza. And she loves cooking, and she said, okay, that's one thing that we like to do, and we can show people what we know how to do.
Yeah.
So she will be the chef for all the main dishes and trays and Italian food, and I can do the pizzas and things like that. That's why I think it was all perfect combination.
Yeah. I second that, especially after trying 2 different pizzas. How do they taste, you might ask? Well, let's just say it's something to shout from the rooftops about. La Cucina di Sofia opens its doors this Friday at 5 p.m. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 News.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.